I mean, I guess could use the old cliche like riding a bike. You know what I mean? I was his first preseason game. It's a long season. It's gonna be ups and downs. So I'm not gonna declare myself an all-star, but it felt good. I felt comfortable. We have no adverse reaction right now, so all signs are good. I think I was pretty happy.
I asked Corey the same thing, but how can you see, or I guess where do you see the development of your guys' chemistry from the start of training camp to now? You said you spent a lot of time wanting to learn the guys and their tendencies and everything like that. Where do you see that coming along on court?
Oh, I mean, in all facets, right? I think, connected with Gaff on a late lob today, hit Kisper on a single side tag for a three. Just knowing that, he slides up a little bit higher than some people stay in the corner. So, you're not necessarily looking for the deep corner pass all the time, just little nuanced things like that. And it's going to continue to develop. We're a new group in terms of who we have together. I don't want to keep calling ourselves a young group, though, because the people that are on the floor aren't that young. So we should have a certain standard for ourselves. KCP Pope have rings. Trez has played a high low for a long time. Brad's an all-NBA type guy. I'm 28. Just looking down the line, I would say like our young guys that'll probably be in the rotation are Gaff, Kispert, and Aaron, right? So it's only three out of probably our nine that are really playing, at least right now. I mean, obviously Rui and Denny, kind of an asterisk right now, but we should have a certain standard for ourselves. We have enough basketball IQ and veteranness out there.
You mentioned Trez. What did his, I don't even know what to call it, like oomph, presence, whatever. What would you describe that as tonight?
Oh, Trez a dog, man. Yeah. He's a dog. He's gonna bring it every night. He's gonna rip your heart out, and I think it's a certain presence and a certain mentality that is it permeates the group. So, it's definitely good to have him out there.
And last one for me, but what did you see from Aaron tonight when you got to watch him?
Man, like I think in turn he's got some of that Trez in him. He's just real silent, well-mannered, all that, but he's not going to take any expletive from anybody.
Now it's the time to censor yourself.
There you go.
It's been a long time since you rupture your ACL. How did you feel before this tonight's game? It's thrilled, or you are nervous, or?
No, I mean, I don't think I was nervous. It's basketball at the end of the day, and it's preseason. I might have nerves for the first official game, but at the same time, I've also been playing basketball, so I wasn't anxious about my knee. It was more so like a little bit of excitement and an appreciation for being out here. I haven't played a major role on a team since March 2019, right? Since the shutdown. So there was a certain level of like just being very, very grateful. That more than anything.
You had a very hard time during the rehabilitation process. Mm-hmm. Did you remember, think that days, how hard it was, and finally you came here, you come here.
For sure. My son actually lives in San Antonio, and so this is not far for him. So I got to spend a little bit of time with him over the last, let's call it 18 hours or so. And, in that time frame, you reflect, and probably because he's 3, right? So you look at a young kid, and then I guess all of us kind of have some of those moments. And so in that reflecting, I definitely thought about the rehab process, just how different he is from the 8 months when it started and to now, and everything that's happened during that time. It's just been a lot. But again, like coming back to it, I just feel outrageously grateful. I'm healthy, I'm playing, I'm with an organization, a team that wants me. I get to play alongside a great player like Brad every game in the backcourt. My son's healthy and probably the smartest person in this room if he was here. So it's looking up right now. I just hope that, it continues.
We will go to Zoom. We'll start with Chase.
Hey, man, you mentioned the lob you threw to Gaffer. Just what are your early impressions of playing with him and building chemistry with him?
Oh man, the crazy part is like obviously I know that Jared Allen comparison is a little bit lazy just because they're the last two 6'11", wiry, kind of young centers that I played with. He's a much more fluid athlete than Jared is. Jared has some things that he does that are better than Gaff for sure, and that's my guy. So not knocking Jared at all, but just the way he's able to kind of move, it's a little more guard like than Jared was, and so it's going to be interesting. His fluidity as an athlete is certainly special, and ability to block shots and play above the rim. If you look at him in warm-up lines and layup lines, he's probably our best dunker, which usually doesn't happen from a center. So still a learning process, but man, he's a phenomenal athlete.
Chris?
Spence, you were talking about, having your son there. So I guess you didn't get the 2 naps in today.
Oh no, for sure. Hey,
You
listen.
definitely got you got the 90-minute one and then the 20-minute
yeah.
one, or okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I got both naps. Look, here's the thing. My family knows this. Like, not to sound like crass or crude or nothing, right? But the job kind of has a lot of benefits for, in the entire situation. So we keep the main thing. Like, I'm gonna get my naps, I'm gonna follow my routine, I'm gonna drink my green juices and all the other stuff that seems very boring and you don't like it. But so far it's been good for my people. So, I'm sorry, son, like go play with your mama and your grandparents and all the other stuff for the 3 hours. And he was pouting because he wanted to play games, and but it's good though. I mean, I kind of liked feeling missed. When he was 1 and 2, he didn't care about me at all. Now at like 3 and change, like daddy's kind of cool now. So it's all good right now.
The rookie Kispert, Brad kind of messed with him before the game to send him to center circle to kind of meet the refs, right? Shake the opposing team's hand, all that other stuff. Is there anything, because he was a 4-year player, right? Like, this kid played a lot of games in college, but he's still a rookie. Are there some things that kind of surprise you about him? Obviously, getting into the starting lineup today was something he had worked on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the practice before we left, we were in a scrimmage, he was an absolute flamethrower. And he also caught a tip dunk, I believe, in that practice too. So it showed you some of the sneaky athleticism. Sorry to even say sneaky because of the racial undertones of that. But no, can really shoot, smart, heady. He's going to get to space. I think that's really big for our team because obviously Brad's a prolific driver. So like we have to find ways to continue to create space. The rest of us, me included, you know what I'm saying? So Kispert already having some of that like ingrained in him makes him an easy fit to play with, the